Part 2 of ranking driver helmets from F to S tier. Next up, Lawson. I actually don't mind the design of it, the white and pink. I don't think it matches to Red Bull. If Lawson was on Alpine, it could be considered an A tier, but since he's on Red Bull, I think he's gonna have to go in the B tier. Next up, Leclerc. Looks like an American football helmet, which I love. Very classic design. Do I think it deserves S tier with such a basic design? Probably not. Have to go top of A tier. Now, Norris's helmet is extremely unique, but maybe just a bit too much. There's too much going on, doesn't look that nice, and also has that ugly yellow again. Not a big fan. So for me, I really like Norris, but it'll have to be a bottom of A tier for me. And Ocon. Now this is a helmet I can get behind. Classic, black, white, and red. Looks good. It is probably a bit too basic for me to go in S tier, but I will give it, between the two Ferraris, top half of A tier. Piastri with the ketchup and mustard combo. Yikes. I do think it's better than his teammate. I would have really loved to see, though, a good helmet from Piastri. He's my favorite driver on the grid. It's a shame to see. Bottom of A tier. Now Russell's helmet, it is a bit basic, but I think the color combo slaps. So for that reason, I'm going to put it just behind Albon in the bottom half of A tier. Now Sainz has the classic blue from Williams on the majority of the helmet, but the rest is with yellow and red, which is more Red Bull-esque. So if he was on Red Bull, I think this would be an amazing helmet. But for those reasons, I'm going to put it just behind Russell. And I see there's now a lot of people in A tier, so I'm going to have to bump down Norris into top of B tier and Piastri. Lance Stroll, I think, went way too safe. It looks too similar to the car. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible, but for that reason, it'll have to be bottom of B tier. Now Tsunoda has an amazing design with the leaves, the white, Red Bull. It just looks good. For that reason, it's going to the top of S tier. Last but not least, Verstappen. I feel like Verstappen's helmet has a bit too much going on. It's a solid helmet though, and it will be rounding out the bottom of S tier. What do you think of these helmet ratings?